Boom, the FBI is training with UFC champions. FBI Director Kash Patel announced a historic partnership bringing UFC fighters to Quantico to teach mixed martial arts to agents, calling it a tremendous opportunity to enhance protection for the American people. We've got all the details on who's teaching and why this is such a big deal. Next up, a stunning upset in the grappling world. Arman Tsarukyan, fresh off a UFC snub, just choked out Muhammad Mokaev unconscious in a high-stakes match. Was this a message to the UFC brass, and what does it mean for Tsarukyan's title hopes? Then, we're diving deep into the controversy surrounding the UFC's upcoming White House event. Is UFC Freedom 250 shaping up to be a major disappointment, despite the star power? We break down the fights, the hype, and why fans are feeling let down. And finally, we're going behind the scenes of the FBI's groundbreaking training sessions with the UFC. What techniques will agents learn from legends like Jorge Masvidal and Renzo Gracie? Stick with us for all the explosive updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
FBI agents are getting ready to rumble. FBI Director Kash Patel has just announced a groundbreaking partnership that will see elite UFC fighters training with the Bureau's finest at the Academy in Quantico, Virginia. Hailing this as historic, Patel emphasized that this collaboration is a tremendous opportunity for agents to learn from some of the greatest athletes on Earth, enhancing their preparedness to protect the American people. The training sessions, set to kick off this weekend, will feature a star-studded roster of UFC talent, including interim lightweight champion Justin Gaethje, BMF champion Jorge Masvidal, former middleweight champion Chris Weidman, and MMA icon Renzo Gracie. UFC CEO Dana White expressed his pride in supporting the FBI, stating that their fighters are some of the baddest men and women on the planet and are ready to impart their skills. This initiative stems from Patel's prior interest in leveraging UFC's expertise, aiming to integrate cutting-edge combat sport techniques into the FBI's rigorous training regimen. While Patel himself recently faced some public scrutiny, this partnership highlights a significant push to innovate law enforcement preparedness. The UFC athletes will share their training insights, demonstrating specific techniques and tactics, offering a unique perspective to agents preparing for fieldwork. This historic pairing underscores a shared love for the nation and a commitment to strengthening defense capabilities. But will these new skills translate to the streets? And coming up, a massive upset in the grappling world as Arman Tsarukyan sends a clear message. Arman Tsarukyan is making waves outside the octagon. In a dominant display, Tsarukyan just choked out Muhammad Mokaev unconscious in a high-profile grappling match, sending a powerful statement to the UFC. This emphatic submission win comes as fans express growing frustration over Tsarukyan's continued snub from a lightweight title shot in the UFC. The timing is particularly poignant, as the UFC recently announced the lightweight title fight between Ilia Topuria and interim champion Justin Gaethje, a bout many felt Tsarukyan deserved a spot in. Despite being ranked number 1 after a submission win over Dan Hooker, Tsarukyan was overlooked, fueling speculation that his withdrawal from a potential fight with Islam Makhachev due to injury and a past weigh-in scuffle may have impacted his standing with UFC President Dana White. White himself hinted at dissatisfaction with Tsarukyan, citing a lot of different reasons beyond public knowledge. Tsarukyan's grappling prowess is undeniable, with 8 bouts since April 2024, securing 7 wins. This submission of Mokaev not only adds to his impressive grappling record, but also amplifies the debate. Is the UFC overlooking a top contender, and will this performance force their hand? Will this grappling dominance earn him the title shot he craves? Or will the UFC brass continue to ignore him? We'll explore that, but first, is the UFC's massive White House event a total bust? The excitement for UFC's White House event, UFC Freedom 250, is being overshadowed by widespread disappointment. Touted as an event for the ages, especially with its connection to the United States semiquincentennial celebration, the fight card has fallen short of expectations. While the main event features Ilia Topuria defending his lightweight title against Justin Gaethje, and a co-main event with Cyril Gane facing Alex Pereira for an interim heavyweight title, the rest of the lineup has drawn criticism for its lack of star power and compelling matchups. Fans and analysts alike have pointed to fights like Sean O'Malley vs. Ayman Zahabi and Michael Chandler vs. Mauricio Ruffy as underwhelming, especially given the UFC's recent trend of less stacked cards since its move to Paramount. Many expected a star-studded event featuring top names like John Jones and Conor McGregor, a lineup that would justify the perceived lull in quality. Instead, the card is seen as merely above average, failing to deliver the earth-shattering lineup fans were hoping for to compensate for previous mediocre events. The narrative that the early 2026 cards were weak to build anticipation for this event has not panned out, leaving fans questioning the UFC's matchmaking strategy and whether the new media deal has impacted fighter compensation, leading to a talent holding out. With ticket prices revealed, the pressure is on for UFC Freedom 250 to deliver despite the mounting criticism. Could this event still surprise everyone? And later, we're breaking down the FBI's wild new training partners and what it means for law enforcement. Get ready for a collision of worlds as the UFC is set to train FBI agents at their iconic academy in Quantico, Virginia. This historic collaboration, announced by FBI Director Kash Patel, aims to enhance the preparedness of the nation's premier law enforcement agency by integrating mixed martial arts techniques taught by top UFC athletes. Scheduled for March 14th and 15th, the seminars will feature a roster of formidable fighters, including interim UFC lightweight champion Justin Gaethje, the inaugural UFC BMF champion Jorge Masvidal, former UFC middleweight champion Chris Weidman, and MMA legend Renzo Gracie. Patel, a known UFC enthusiast, sees this as a tremendous opportunity to learn from the best, fostering a stronger defense for the American people. UFC CEO Dana White echoed this sentiment, expressing respect for the FBI and pride in his fighters' ability to impart valuable combat skills. This initiative aligns with the FBI's broader strategy to offer innovative training options and revamp agent preparation. The partnership also strengthens the existing ties between the Trump administration and the UFC, with the White House itself set to host a major UFC event, UFC Freedom Fights 250, on June 14th, coinciding with President Trump's 80th birthday and the United States' 250th anniversary. The FBI hasn't specified the exact training methods, but the involvement of such high-caliber athletes promises a unique and impactful experience for the agents. Will this tactical training give agents an edge? And don't go anywhere, we've got a wild grappling upset and a deep dive into the UFC White House event controversy coming up next. And that's a wrap on today's explosive news. The FBI is getting UFC-level training, Arman Tsarukyan delivered a stunning submission, and we've debated the hype around the UFC's White House event. We've covered it all. If you loved this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more high-octane news, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments which story you found most shocking, and follow us on all social platforms for behind-the-scenes action.